Yo, what's up aliens? AHEE here with another tutorial. So today I wanted to go over my track Grave that just was released on Subsidia Excisions and Subsidia Records this last few weeks. So this one, I'm looking over here. I wonder if I can tilt the camera. So yeah, right there you can see my synth. This is the Korg MS-20. And a lot of the sounds for this song came from this synth. Let me see here if I can bring it closer. Oh, I'm on a short leash, so I'm going to have to unplug some things. But I want to show you all this synth. I'm carrying a giant synth right now. It's not that big, but it's about as long as my arm. And so yeah, it's analog synth, and I used a lot of this to create a lot of the sounds. I basically like jammed out on it, plugged in a lot of random things in here, and was just trying to create as many random, interesting sounds as I possibly could. I'd like put on like the square, and then move the analog filters manually. Oh, I'm gonna put this back. But most of all the sound design started in that machine there. Okay, now we're back over here. So I then recorded that into Ableton, and then I'd have these like really long audio stretches, and then I'd go through and find my favorite parts, and then I would then post-process them. Let me see here. I think I like sort of rendered down and deleted most of the. Oh, look here, you can see. Look at this. This is from a long clip. Oh, let's see here. This audio here is from a very long clip of stuff. I think I post-processed this stuff by running it through like saturators and then grain stretching it. Oh yeah, you can see it. I then grain stretch the grain stretching. Oh yeah, so yeah. Wow. So that's sort of what the material turned into. I wonder if I shrink it back down a couple bits, if it turns back into something recognizable. Oh yeah, look there. There's that little bit right there. You'll hear that in the song. Oh yeah, you'll definitely hear that bit in the song. Oh yeah, that bit too. That's definitely in the song. Oh my god, there's just so many crazy sounds in there. So I'm gonna return this stuff back. And so yeah, I had this like really long, granularly stretched thing. Let's see if do I have the. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the processing done on it was, but there was a lot of layers, and then I just sort of find my favorite bits to it. Definitely some chorusing on there. So then I'd arrange my favorite bits into the beat like this. Here, we'll play a bit of the drop, I guess. Check this out. But definitely some ravey bits there. I think that comes from one of my sample packs. Here, I put that in the melodic section. Yeah, so what is this? Does this sound? Oh, that's some Spire preset, and then that's definitely from, let's see, unfreeze that. Let's check out where that's coming from. Loading up here. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the Dark Rave 1 Stab from one of my sample packs. I think it's the Rave Reimagined pack. So y'all can find those on Splice or Black Octopus. And yeah, that's where those come from. And it's just like slowly going up. But then also I use triplets a lot in here. So it's like triplet, 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 triplet on the build, which I think is adds this like unique groove to the song. So let's look at the drums, because like the drums are, you know, it's like a rhythm track, so it is pretty standard here, where it's, let's see here, oh wait, that's the verse. So yeah, I've got different drums here on the verse. You can see I've got different kicks and snares on the verse than I do here on the drop. So here on the drop, it's super standard rhythm, dubstep kind of beat. Boom, tick, cat, tick, boom, tick, cat, tick. Oh, but here I add in a new layer. Yeah, it's this super subtle low end push. I think it just like helped the snare push through in these parts where there was like more low end, because I think this part, yeah, there's just like less high end noise, and so I wanted more oomph in the low end of the snare in that section. But yeah, but it's really the placement of the basses that really give this song the groove, and I think in most rhythm too, because like if you see here, the main transient to this sound is here, but it's almost sort of here, so it gives it this like delayed like swing to it, like when played in relation to the kick. So it adds sort of a wonky vibe to it here, and I'm really adjusting these things, you can see here, off the grid. I've been having a lot of fun with that lately. So yeah, so that's nowhere near on the grid, and I'm just sort of, I'll take these things and I'm holding down Command here on Apple and just sort of shifting them out of place ever so slightly and trying to find where the groove sits in there. And that comes from, where do you like feel the groove? It's like comes from a lot of practice, I guess, but you got to know what it is in order to try it. A lot of failing before you succeed, but it's good, so definitely fail forward. Those are almost like little yells right here. Those are little clips from there. Let's see here. Oh yeah, somewhere along here I add in some, I add the auto chopper in there. Here. Yeah, to get that little, because without it, it's like just pronounces the 16th notes a little bit, or 32nd notes there. Also, during the second little wobble bit right here, there's a lot of layering going on. So again, you can see there's call and response, where the call, response, response, call, response, call, response, call, response. Okay, yeah, I'll get that. But what's interesting here is that every other call is slightly different. And some of these, yeah, look at this thing. Look how it's pitched up 48. I think I just take this sound, if I just pitch it back down, it's that, but it's almost like I'm trying to glitch it out. Sometimes I'll also like super stretch it out like that. That's how a lot of these sounds in this section get formulated. Oh, what's this one right here? Look at that. That's just like this, like dee dee dee, high end little glitchy sounds. Oh, interesting. So these are like two different octaves. Look, you can barely hear that in the song. But it adds like to the top end rhythm. Mostly you hear this. Oh wait. No, that's not even it. That's some other like melodic layer. There's just mostly those wobbles. Is this it? Yeah, that's definitely it. And this also definitely comes from a long, I think this one's the unprocessed audio, because this sounds more raw from the, yeah, this is the unprocessed take. Interesting. Y'all hear that? Or it's just me like fiddling around on there. So this is what it sounded like coming out of the MS-20. And that's me with my hands. So yeah, I liked that one little wobble section right there. And so then I took it and then put it down a semitone, then up a semitone, and then up one more semitone. So I'm like stepping up in semitones. So it's good. Wow, 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 wow. And then I think these ones are probably also, yeah, going up one semitone every two there. So it's almost like a little melody, atonal melody. But here with the little glitches in there. Yeah, this is definitely so trippy to go back and hear. I guess that's the original. Just pitching it up and trying to get it in tune with the song. Because like when I'm playing the Korg, I'm not really looking for any specific tonality or key. I'm just looking for noise, and then later on I'll go back and put it in tune. I think that's a big key thing to take out of this. What's this? Yeah, so there was like this little melody almost in that section right there naturally, and I really like that whoa whoa whoa. And I heard in my head, wow, wow, wow. So I just took another part and pitched it to the correct notes that I heard in my head. I think is that sped up or what is that from? Oh. Just this random little ditty part, and like, look, I'm not even trying to chop it correctly. I'm just trying to find what organically sounds like an interesting rhythm, and sort of ignoring the grid. Well, I'll say I'm paying attention to the grid for the downbeats of things, but ignoring the grid on like the swings of things. And then there's these little things in the background. They're almost like sweeps. And they're like changing each time. And then, yeah, I think that's sort of what gives Riddim some interesting musicality, is because the drums are so simple, but then it's how everything interacts with the drums. Something's silent. Yeah, these things are silence. See, those top end melodies just contribute so much. So here during the second drop, oh yeah, look at this. On the breakdown, I add in some sub drop kind of sounds, so it goes boom. And so I think I'm also cutting out all the sub from the Rave Stabs while that's happening, and then yeah, it looks like here I add in some low end rumble just before the drop, just to fill in that negative space. Because when you're live, you can really feel the absence of bass. And then here during the second drop, let's see here, is the beat. The beat's pretty much exactly the same. For some reason, I just super subtly adding in that low tone in the snare, and then here I'm adding in some more skippy kind of drums. But you can see here, these, like, they don't even have, like, the transient's not even on the downbeat there. interesting. But one of my favorite lines in this is the, let's see where it is. I think it's these bits right here. That's definitely from the MS-20. Yeah, it's originally down here. But yeah, getting it up into pitch. Like I said earlier, it's about experimenting, having fun, and then later coming back and trying to figure out how to fit it all together tune-wise, rhythmic-wise. Yeah, it was a really fun experiment in doing all that. God, that noise is gnarly. It's funny is that it's like, it has no low-end content. And it's like a little out of phase even. But then when you play it in context with everything, it just sounds so huge because of just adding in that sub underneath it. Yeah, here's the sub right here. All it is a sine wave in serum. It's a little harmonic distortion. It's just one note. I guess it goes up a note occasionally. Oh yeah, so here it's like one note, one note, one note, one note, up, one note, up. Yeah, I guess that's what the melody is here. So it's like atonal melodies without being actual melodies. Interesting. And yeah, and then the vocal chops add in a lot of just like dynamic difference. Let's listen to that. Just that. Yeah, and that's got my magic hype vox on it without it. Really definitely hypes it up. Let's freeze that again. Also, I guess we should look at the melodies a little bit, because there are some melodies here at the beginning. So what are these made out of? What is this? What's even going on here? Oh, I think in here it's that sound, which you can barely hear in the song. It's like some background subtle noise that's following the pattern of the melody, but here's the melody. This is some contact patch, and I'm slowly opening it up with the radio fades here. Let's see here, what? Okay, interesting. So it's the Ethno World 6, some metallophone thing. Dun, dun, dun. I think what I did is I created the drops first, and then I went back and created the melody to sort of hint at where the drops would go. I'm getting hot over here. Gotta take off my jacket. It's too much heat. See what's going on here. Yeah, that is, I think that's just rendered down of this spire patch here, which, yeah, it's the same spire patch as this one right here. I've just rendered the audio down. You can see here I've created some reverse swells as well into it. Yeah. Oh, also I'm using Spectre. Which, let me unfreeze this. This is an interesting saturation plugin. It's a multi-band saturation plugin, which you can sort of use it like EQ, but it'll just add saturation to a specific band, and you can control the different types of saturation. Ellis Dream told me about this one. I've been enjoying using it. I like to use a bunch of different types of saturators, but that one's a cool one I've added into my palette recently. Oh yeah, so there's all these like little glitchy moments in the backing up to freeze this again. Oh, maybe not. I add in these little extra notes. You know, these little things just to add some unique moments throughout the song. And then here come the Rave Stabs. I think there's some high strings in here. Yeah, like I said earlier, different drums that are a bit more chill and less processed. Little clicks. Guess that's the main thing right there. Actually, one of them is the same snare, it's just turned down a lot more. But yeah, as y'all can see here, I definitely did my group processing on here where I've got the limiters on each one of the groups, and then the drums and the basses are being sent to this pre-master here, which are then being limited together again, while the melodics, vocals, and effects and top drums get sent directly to the master. So that way there's just like levels of limiting. You can definitely check out my old videos on how to master like Skrillex, or how to bus master, or how to route like Skrillex. There's a couple of those videos that are probably my most popular videos on my channel. All right, let's start to wrap this up. Definitely a lot of effects going on in here on the builds, not so much during the drops. These are all allowed to give movement and just like a sense of like you're in a real space. You know, like something real is happening. And then there's that cutaway. Oh, interesting. I think there's a tape stop on the entire master. Is it on the master? Yeah, so look at this. There's this tape stop right here on the entire master. Yeah. Goes whoop. Just to get that effect. And yeah, it looks like also I'm adjusting the volume just slightly, where I'm allowing the drops to be at 0 dB, but then dropping the verses down by 1.5 dB or so, just so that way there's like different amounts of compression going on, because they're still being slammed into these limiters, but it's like, but by different amounts, and I think it gets like a different vibe depending upon how much you you force something into those limiters. Yeah, I think this group, yeah, it's not limited very much. Yeah, 1 dB of limiting. The basses, I don't think they have any. Yeah, I don't pull down on them at all. I just push into them. I talk about that in other videos as well. Yeah, I think that sort of encapsulates a lot of what went into this song. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you do, please be sure to subscribe, give it a like, and let your friends know. And I will see you aliens in the future. And also, if you haven't already, I have a bunch of new Ableton racks, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 uses all the new features inside Ableton 11, such as like the expanded macros and the macro presets. Definitely check those out if you haven't already. The Magic Racks Volume 4 is definitely the most insane thing I've ever made, and I'm super stoked to share it with y'all. All right, I'll see y'all in the future. Peace, aliens.